feeling to climb back in bed. Then I looked in the mirror and somebody said, wake up, wake up, it's time for you to lose the blues, and this is a very special treat. Tell it to everyone you meet, that life is all for living and love is all for giving, so this is a very special day. Tell it to everyone along the way, that this is a very special day.
Very special morning it is. It's a Tuesday morning. That means my partner this morning from Meadowview Healthcare Center is Tracy Lee. Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning, Becky.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Terrific Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Now that sun coming up is absolutely gorgeous.
Yes.
Sunrise was beautiful this morning. Okay, in the snow.
It is beautiful.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's no denying that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're probably saying a lot of bad words under your breath
I know.
of all the hassles the snow brings, but the sunrise on the snow makes it better.
I wonder how many radios just clicked off. Click. We're done with that. That's too cheery.
Yeah. We're not there, Becky.
I know. We're trying. But it is absolutely beautiful, and I do want to say that we are still, as of right now, this is 8:09, still in that red zone. So it is still,
wondering.
Yeah, we still are at this point, not been lifted or changed. But I do want to say, Tracy, I could spend an hour here just talking about what a great job that our road crews do.
Yeah.
I cannot say enough. I mean,
Yeah.
you talk about shakers and movers and
just
moving all that snow,
yeah.
and so we could not find the road. This is on a county road, could not find it, there was not a trace of it. And boy, you wake up and you see, boy, they and then there's almost like little, I don't want to say little elves, but just angels. They're angels, little angels just of a night. Just get it all together and get it ready for us. And then of course, I do want to say, what they're doing is dangerous too, because those trucks slide.
Yeah.
Or they're going down some big,
like I said, and you can't see the road in front of you, so it's like,
where's the road, where's the ditch, and hours of looking at that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In the dark.
Yeah, all night long, yeah. I can't even imagine, and I think, we are in the rolling hills of southern Indiana.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of hills,
curves on hills.
So many of those curves, I would just, we're done. We're done doing this.
Yeah.
So I want to say hats off to our county, city, and state. You guys are rock stars. We know here in the city. They've been kicking it, and the main arteries here look really good.
Yeah.
The interstates and states and stuff. The side roads have more snow, but they're passable.
Yeah.
But if you don't have to get out, don't get out. Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Stay home, stay warm, stay safe.
Exactly. Absolutely. Yes. And enjoy. Yeah. Because it is beautiful. And if you look outside the windows and you watch nature, some of these birds have just been, just, you know what I mean?
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, they are. They're a lot of fun to watch the deer walk by, coyotes run by. Yes, nature at its best has been happening.
Yes.
And it's funny to watch them kind of hop through the snow.
Yeah. I just, I haven't seen any wildlife, but just letting my dogs out to play in the snow. I mean, they don't stay out very long, but they get out there and go full force for a few minutes. And just loving it.
Yeah. Well, this is an old man, and for whatever reason, he just started kicking his heels up yesterday, playing, and I'm just like, I didn't have my phone. I wish I would have filmed this, because to see this man come alive, I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You talk about, you know what I mean? And he came to life just playing and jumping, and I was like, who is that? Who are you? And then it was funny. Then after all that, about maybe 5 minutes of that or so, he came in and he was done. I'm done. I didn't, you know what I mean? I had to check his breathing all day long, you know what I mean? I did my part.
Yes.
I enjoyed the snow, and I'm done. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he got to get out and enjoy it. And
then Gucci, on the other hand, he'll get lost because he's so little, and you know what I mean, and you'll just see his ears popping, like a bunny rabbit. But he gets out there and he does what he needs to do, and then back in. Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Even I have a husky collie mix. She loves just getting out and laying in the snow. And she has been doing that, but she hasn't been staying out nearly as long as she has in the past. I'm like, yeah, she's becoming an older lady. She's like, I don't like the cold anymore, you know. So she'll run right in and jump into a pile of warm blankets. And
Yeah.
yeah.
But you see, like some of the owners that have, like, you know, huskies and some of the big, you know, the big ones with a lot of fur,
Yeah.
they love this.
Yeah.
And they were actually, you know, that one, I don't know, it was on social media, but he said that he got reported and they came out and he was like, we're telling the dog to come in.
Yeah.
The dog wants to stay out
Yeah.
here, you know. And I'm like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
All covered in snow, but loving it, you know. So they're in their element, right?
Yes.
So anyway, want everyone to stay warm. Hopefully what a blessing too. I mean, I want to bring out the positives because look how we've kept electricity.
I know, and like that was my biggest worry.
I think
you know,
everybody, was worried about that. You know, they were saying, you know, make sure that you have, you know, other ways of making sure that you have your light, you know, from flashlights to candles or whatever your love language is, to have something ready to go. And we've done really well. Of course, we're not out of the woods yet, and they are talking about possibly some more snow coming in this weekend. Not complaining, just explaining. And also our cold temperatures are here to stay for a while. So
I looked at my thermostat right before I went to bed last night. -1, you know, on my thermostat in the house. That's cold.
I know. Yeah. We're on to the 27th day, and I did hear someone say that they're. Hold on, if I'm going to say this right, I might be wrong, but the well pump froze up. So that was
That's devastating.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a mess there. But they worked on it. I think they got things back. But yeah, that's the things that like. All right, we're on to the 27th day. Today is Brad Gilbert's birthday, and if he's listening, I want to say happy birthday, Bradley.
Happy birthday.
I'm thinking about, like, you roll back, you know, a few years ago when he was born. He'll be in tomorrow. I'll have to find out how Jeannie, when his mom had him, it had to be like snow probably in the ground, don't you think?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Which I don't know. My son was born on January 28th.
Okay. Okay.
And I think the day he was born, there was probably snow on the ground, or it was getting ready to snow. I remember it being really cold. But when we came home from the hospital, it was warm and sunny outside.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's neat. Now, I had, you know, got so many. I had one born on December 13th, and it was a big blanket of snow, and that's where her name Aspen.
Oh,
so,
I love
yeah,
that. Yeah,
because of the blanket. It was gorgeous, this big blanket of snow. And
Yeah.
of course, not when I went in the hospital, but when I was leaving the hospital. So, you know, it was beautiful. Yeah. It would have been a different story if you have those stories of trying to get to the hospispel.
And
The roads, yes.
That would be a nightmare.
It'd be an at-home birth.
Yeah.
I don't think we're set up for that.
No.
My household.
Mine either.
No, I don't want to do that. Yeah. All right, we're on to the 27th day. Today is let's see here. International Port Wine Day. Port wine. Don't know what port wine is, but
I've had it like at different like wine tastings. I think it's really like an after dinner, like sipping wine.
what's it like? Okay, hang on. Okay, Tracy, I'm gonna go in further. I'm not. What's like an after dinner? Like if you were doing after dinner, is that supposed to be like a sweeter wine, a drier wine? What's after dinner wine?
Well,
gosh, I'm so wrong on etiquette. I don't know. No, I really don't know.
I think it's
because I'm more of the cake after dinner.
Yeah, I think it's maybe more of a drier wine. Like dessert wine's really sweet.
Yeah.
You would have that with your dessert, I guess, and then after that you would have maybe like a port. I don't know. I could be totally wrong.
Okay, so like a port wine. Okay, maybe a little more drier. You're saying? Okay.
I'm thinking stronger, drier.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
It sounds good to me. I just didn't know. You know what I mean? Again, I'm more of the after dinner dessert, as in cake, pie,
Yeah.
cookies. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. National Chocolate Cake Day. Hello,
Well, there we
Tracy.
go.
If we do not celebrate this, we are
Something's wrong, right?
something's wrong.
Yeah.
A chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Oh.
I bet that little bakery out on 56 probably has an amazing chocolate cake.
I'm just like, I'm gonna try to walk over to Walmart
Yeah.
over here. I'll slip and slide. What are you coming here for? Your essentials? No, chocolate cake.
It is an essential.
I know.
You gotta lift your spirits on these snowy days, right?
Becky, we're loading you in the ambulance. What was that you needed from Walmart? Chocolate cake. What? That's so bad. So bad. Okay, chocolate cake, yes. National Geographic Day. I love to watch that. Yeah.
We was talking about all the wildlife, out in the snow.
Oh,
I think
I know.
National Geographic has some interesting videos.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know how because you see that elephant bathing and the baby elephant, and then all of a sudden this big hippopotamus comes out. And you're like, no, no. Or this alligator, or this big crocodile comes in. No.
Yeah.
But then you see that mommy stomp him.
Yeah.
Then you're like,
Yeah.
the world is all good.
Mom is showing up.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. National Plan Your Vacation Day.
Oh, now that's something we should all do today.
I have got so many people that have called me and I've got so many emails, calls, and stuff about a vacation. And I'm like, oh, is this like a hint? Is this like something telling me, the universe telling me that I need a vacation?
Yeah. I've been talking about a beach trip for quite some time. And so one of my residents, he comes in and every day into my office and gives me an update on the airport situation.
Oh, this is cute.
And the weather.
I
And,
love that.
So, are you packing for your trip yet? Yeah, it's really sweet.
Well, one lady called and she's trying to book me a vacation, and I said, I've got my toothbrush ready.
That's all I need.
That's all I need. I'm good. Well, I think it's funny. They say, now this is what they say, the experts say. You're supposed to let's say you book a vacation and you in 4 months or 3 months or whatever. You're supposed to, sorry, Tracy, I am sorry. She has just really, decided that she's going to step it up.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's say that you do that. You're supposed to do that, and that's supposed to bring you happiness thinking about that someday.
Yeah, for sure.
Like knowing that there's going to be a day that you're going to be heading out.
You can look at all the photos of wherever you're going.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a tropical location.
Yeah.
Just feel the warm,
right.
daydreaming.
Yeah. I know it's hard to believe right now, and I know everybody, again, for those that turn the radio back on, they're going to turn it back off. But I do love tropical vacations, and that's where I would like to go next. But I do want to say, don't go hating on Alaska and some of those. I'm telling you, they're absolutely gorgeous and so much fun to go on. Trips. Too. So if you do go a little bit more north, a little more colder.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's good. So National Plan Your Vacation Day. So right now, where would you plan, Tracy?
Oh, definitely tropical. I'm actually planning a tropical vacation. It's not going to be in the spring, but it'll be later summer. So.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. We're going to the French Riviera.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So a big trip.
So excited. I need to go ahead and start packing.
Yes.
So I need to figure out what I'm gonna take, right?
Oh yeah.
So yeah. You did get 2 tickets, right? Okay.
Of course, Becky.
Of
leave
course.
without you.
Yeah. Do not go without me, okay? Yeah. Or you'll see me back here having a fit.
Yeah.
I'll throw a tantrum. Tracy. No, good for you.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have no idea. I think I've been going quite a bit, So I think 2026. Who knew 2026 was going to be this much going?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The season for IU started with 2025. You know what I mean? And then the Big Ten, then to the Rose Bowl, California. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, then to Georgia we go, and then we go to Miami. You know what I mean? These are places I know. It's just been go, which has been so much fun. I'm not complaining. I'm explaining here. And what a beautiful ride.
Yeah.
This winning trail is just. I'm sorry. She's gonna have to go down. I'm sorry. She's wanting that microphone. She's
hanging on for dear life.
I know. Sorry about that. Okay. Anyway, sorry, Tracy. Anyway, I mean, I didn't realize that was going to be the start. I didn't make a New Year's resolution, but like, but going back to New Year's, you start thinking about what you're going to do for the new year and all this. Who knew that was going to be the trail?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And what an awesome way to start the year.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I know. It's like I feel like I've already done
it all.
Yeah, I know. 2026, if we go ahead and we're done, I'm all right.
Time
you know
to
what I mean?
build,
I feel that, yeah.
Yeah.
And to watch that, and that team is just like, they were just like, Tracy, they were just like top notch.
Yeah.
Just to stay that focused and be so young.
Yeah.
Just unreal. What a moment.
Yeah, like I kind of joked, like I watch sports, but I'm not like a huge sports fan. I mean, if it's on, I'll watch it. If it's not, I'm fine. But I joke that Kurt Signetti had me watching football by myself.
Yeah,
I
know.
Yeah.
And talk about a poker face.
Yeah.
Who knew? You know what I mean? You never could. And I don't care how many times you saw that man, you never knew.
Yeah.
You never knew. You know what I mean? And that just, very, very good at that, and very disciplined, and knew how to take this team where it needed, just a whole new
where
program.
he wanted to go. Like
Yeah,
he just
exactly.
knew.
Yeah. And how to get them there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they just, it was just magic for sure. Yeah. For sure. And it's like Whitney Houston, one moment in time when I'm more. Yeah. All right, this is also Punch the Clock Day. We're doing it, Tracy.
We
are punching the clock. We did show up. We did. Speak Up and Succeed Day. Ooh. I think sometimes, you have to have a good balance. I think sometimes less is more, right? But then sometimes there's things that you could explain maybe and speak up and tell, or tell how you're feeling.
Yeah.
That maybe someone didn't know about. So
right. Yeah. I mean, if you don't, speak your feelings or your thoughts, I mean, you can't ever expect change, right? So,
Right. How's the husband ever going to learn to put the toilet seat down if we don't express that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Things that we have to speak up about, okay, and succeed. All right, Thomas Crapper Day, which avoided the toilet. Vietnam Peace Day. World Breast Pumping Day. Yeah, I had one of those old breast pumps. Mine was horrible. You know what I mean? Yeah. They've come a long way, baby, on that. I just want to say, the ladies today, you don't know how bad it was years ago. Yeah. So, big difference on that. So yes, and hats off for those inventing those, because those come in handy if you want to take a little, maybe a nap or something, to let someone else feed the baby,
or if you're a working mom.
And I do love that. I think a lot of businesses and places have like the breast pump, where you can rooms. Yes, I know. Walmart's has a special room for that, which was very nice. It's real calming, it's real peaceful, and it's just for moms for breast pumping. I know a lot of airports have it. I know there's a lot of places that have it. So hats off to them.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So those are some different holidays. Get out and enjoy. So what have you been, as far as like the, I guess your degree of difficulty getting out? Just
like I said, I stayed on top of the snow piling up in my driveway and tried to just get out and shovel every once in a while, and not let it wait till it's done and then have a harder time. So I did get out and do that. And then my son has a 4-wheel drive truck, so we've been pretty mobile.
Yeah.
If I needed to go somewhere, get to work, whatever, then I'm able to get there.
Right. Did you prepare for this before? Like, did you go to the store and all that?
Yeah, I went to the grocery.
Yeah.
I didn't buy all the milk or bread. I didn't buy any milk or bread, to be exact. But
Right.
Yeah.
It was funny because I was the late train. Everybody else was doing it, and I'm like, oh gosh, I got to get busy and do this. But so far, we have done okay as far as getting out. But I do suggest anybody. I think that you've got to have the right vehicle.
Yes.
Not all vehicles do well.
No, and even my car does really well on the snow, but it was just like, this is too much snow for a little 4-door car, So it's been sitting. This whole time. So I told my son to get out and start it this morning, make sure it'll still start. But Yeah, no, I'm not getting out unless I have a four-wheel drive.
Four-wheel drive, yeah. Seem like the trucks are just really hitting at you good,
Yeah.
you know, because my Jeep does terrible. It's horrible, you know. It's like, no, I know everybody's like, oh, a Jeep, you know, you can go anywhere you want. No, no, and I feel bad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They haven't asked me to do a commercial for them because of what I'm saying.
And you're just fine with that, I think.
I'm okay. I'm sorry. It's honest. I'm going to be honest,
Yeah.
okay? I do believe, and I will say this, it's the tires. Yeah, I don't have the right tires on there, so
Yeah,
that's
that goes a long way.
yeah, it does. So that
Yeah.
makes a difference. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it could be operator error on my end. Okay, yeah. So, but for those that do have the Jeeps that are out and about, good for you. But the trucks are coming in the best.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I know. I want a truck now.
Yeah.
I want my own truck.
Yeah, I know. Now the trucks will be. I'm sure we'll get some calls from different truck companies wanting us to do a commercial for them. Yes, I will do a commercial for them, definitely. What about Salem Crossing and Meadowview? I know I had Holly on. It's been last Friday, and she was talking about getting ready. And of course, I know with you and Meadowview and Salem Crossing, but today we are talking about Meadowview. I've talked to Krista, and you guys have all been rock stars at trying to make sure everybody gets in.
I know Team Meadowview, Krista, and the director of nursing, and all the other nurse managers actually went and they camped out at Meadowview over the weekend. They prepared food and they had cots and all the things to make sure that there was, you know, enough people there to provide care for the residents and nobody got shorted. So, yeah, hats off to them because, I mean, they dedicated their whole weekend and stayed and worked through the issues and
Right.
yeah.
And I know Salem, and I'm, I know we're talking about Meadowview today, but Salem Crossing, I know they were doing the same prepared.
Yeah.
Yes. I love that so much because I feel like as a family, as a resident, like if you have a loved one, if that's their home and you can't get out.
Yeah.
What a huge blessing to know you guys have got it all covered.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that just, don't you feel like that's such a relief and a feeling for the family?
Yeah.
That would make me feel so good.
Yeah.
That you guys were that dedicated and that on it.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's definitely takes some weight off your shoulders and provide you with some comfort, knowing your family's going to be taken care of one way or another.
Right, right. Well, and I think that I'm not saying that you've not done it for years, but just it's almost like old-fashioned in the fact of that would be something they would do years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love that this day and age, it's still being done.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say? Is that right?
I think so. I mean, I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't keep up with like weather history that much or anything, but I feel like, when I was a kid, we had more snow like this, and you just don't get that anymore.
Right,
I don't feel like we get it as often as we used to. And so just being prepared for that and taking the initiative to just cover all your bases.
Well, I think I just say that's like amazing. It's fantastic. It's all of that.
Yeah, it just shows the dedication.
The dedication. Yeah. And the level of care.
Yeah.
Don't you feel?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I hope that the company, because the company I know is fantastic. It's a wonderful company.
Yeah.
And I think that that a fantastic job. So hats off to all of those that slept on the cot. There's nothing like sleeping at home in your own bed.
Yeah.
I know. There's nothing. I call it my nest.
Yeah.
Nothing like having my own. Right.
Yeah.
You love that, and nothing like that.
No.
And then whenever you got to do that. But I love that so much. And so so far so good. And I know Holly was talking about, and I know Meadowview has it too, the generator. If you guys are packed and ready, and I know they were getting prepared, and hats off to the National Weather Service for keeping us informed.
Yeah.
I mean, they were on it. This is I mean,
very you
what
had no
they
reason
said
not to be prepared.
Exactly. And what they said has came true.
Yeah.
They talked about the snow coming in, and they talked about the first part, because I have enjoyed these calls because they're so informative. They've had and they talked about it being almost like a powder at first, and then going a little bit wetter on Sunday afternoon. It started getting a little wet, and which is that's more the dangerous.
Yeah.
And then you start getting the slick and all that, and then of course the cold temperatures. Even when the sun comes out, it's so cold.
Yeah.
It's not doing
It's
as
not
much.
doing anything.
Yeah. So, I just thought they were on it.
Yeah.
I mean, and we've come a long way in weather.
Sure, yeah.
Long
Yeah.
way.
Like you have plenty of time to prepare. And
Yeah.
Even, sometimes they do get it wrong,
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you're not prepared either way, then that's
Yeah.
on you, because they're doing what
Exactly.
they need to do.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, they did their part, and I know I keep talking about this, but I can't say it enough. It just is amazing from years ago how they could not get this predicted like this.
Yeah.
And now to this day, I mean, they
Yeah.
pretty well
Down
wrote the
almost
story.
to the
Yeah, I know.
edge,
This is yeah, and they need to be applauded, and because families were able to have have a plan in place.
Yeah. I mean, like even at the nursing home, we had, folks that lived out in the community, but, they knew that this snow might put them in a dangerous situation. So we had some families that came in just for the snow.
Sure.
And they're going to go back home tomorrow,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they have that opportunity to prepare.
Oh, that's a blessing.
That way, if they can't
Yeah.
get out, something happens, they can't get out, then there's care there that
Right.
they need.
Definitely. I love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Well, and of course, making sure that everybody has their medicines, oxygen, food, and like even dialysis, that's
Oh yeah.
huge blessing
Yeah.
that and they usually that's something that is at the top of the list whenever they do the roads, making sure that patients that have to get out can get out. Yeah, they pay attention. Yeah, they're everything is so good. And it's such a blessing that to do that, and I feel like that's why things maybe run a little bit smoother. Yeah. So.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So let's see here. Here are some things that we all personally fail at doing. Okay.
I'm interested in hearing this list. I know what my list is.
Yeah, you came in here this morning, Tracy, for me to tell you what you personally are failing at doing. Right? I woke up for this, Becky. Right? I know, Tracy. That's bad. She's like, what? Okay. And it's so funny because I was, because of a morning I talked to my different daughters, and it's funny because I was like, we got to stay positive, got to stay, keep positive, and here I am that we fail at doing. Okay, all right. Well, this will definitely though keep a conversation, so you can tell this at supper tonight.
Yeah.
So, a museum of personal failures opened in Canada, and think you didn't have anything to donate to his collection? Okay, well, here we go. Think again, because it turns out in our lives that our lives are full of failure. Well, this is
Yeah.
I am so bad. Again, that radio's being turned off. They gave us a third chance.
We don't have the room in our lives for this negativity.
Yeah, really.
Today.
I know. I'm so bad. Just what makes that little old ant think he can move that? I'm so bad over here. All right, well, we're going in because I had a professor that said, once you start something, always go to the end.
Yep, you got to finish it.
Finish it because it'll bring you back up. So we're going to, hopefully, this will bring, because I've not pre-read this, so hopefully this will bring us back up. Okay. So here are some things that we personally fail at doing. Number one, staying awake during church. I think, okay, here's what I think. Of course, you're very comfortable. And especially if you're sitting in where you normally sit, you know what I mean? And it's kind of cozy. You're listening to beautiful words of wisdom.
Sure.
You're taking that in.
And relax your mind.
Yes, exactly. And you're thinking about, what's being said. And let's hope you're concentrating on that. And I can see where your body gets relaxed.
Yeah, you're in a peaceful state.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I heard someone say that they were praying and they fell asleep, and they felt bad, they felt guilty, and someone said, and then the pastor said, why would you feel guilty about that? I mean, how precious, okay, let's say that let's do this. Let's do our children. When I had like a daughter or one of my girls were on my lap and fell asleep, like talking, how wonderful.
Yeah.
So why would God not be, that would be completely.
You feel so safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think,
at peace.
yes.
Yeah.
That would be very natural.
Yeah.
I mean, of course he would not be mad at you. She was
Yeah.
mad. Is he mad at me? No. You know what I mean?
It's like when I'm saying my prayers, sometimes my mind will wander off and
Oh.
I have to rein it back in,
I'm always like squirrel or don't even make a sound. If there's a sound or something, then I'm like, yeah, I get that too. I think that's only natural. So
Yeah.
staying awake during church. These are things sometimes we fail at doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, remembering to buy dish soap at the grocery store.
Oh, yeah. Well, talking about, going shopping before the snowstorm hit, I had planned on making a kale soup.
Oh.
And when I got to the store, they were out of kale. And I totally just completely forgot about it until Sunday evening, and I was going to make the soup, and I was like, oh no, I don't have kale. Like, that's the basic ingredient.
And you know what rhymes with, blank, what rhymes with kale? I don't have, oh.
Yeah, that's exactly how it came out.
I would too.
Luckily, my son has this 4-wheel drive truck, and he's able to take me to the store.
To get kale? Did you really?
Oh,
the journey through the wilderness to get kale. You know what though? Kale is hard to find.
Yeah.
Sometimes they run, or I don't want to say, but sometimes it's kind of scarce to find, isn't it?
Yeah.
And okay, so that was a question. We had this the other day because I've got a daughter that was using kale, and can you get canned kale? Or like frozen kale? Because we didn't think you can.
I don't
think you can.
I've never looked for it, but I don't think you can either.
Yeah, I don't think you can get canned kale. Because we had this discussion because she was trying to get, actually they were, where she was at, they were out of kale. So she was like, what could I do, And I said, do they make canned kale or do they make frozen kale?
Well, in the future, she can substitute for Swiss chard, but they didn't have any Swiss chard either.
Now, hold on. What is that?
It's just another leafy green that a lot of people can sometimes substitute for kale.
And the next step is just go out and get some grass.
Yeah. Yeah, so they didn't have any kale or Swiss chard at the store on Thursday. So
I wish your son would have looked and said, let's just go get some grass. Why not? We'll get our minerals from the dirt,
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. No, I don't cook much with that, but maybe maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe I need to start, right? But I do want to say that I have been guilty of going to the store and not getting the dish soap.
Yeah.
Big problems, because I wash dishes with hands.
Yeah.
I do my hands.
I do as well. Yeah, I mean, it's just, especially if you go home and forget your list, or go to the store and forget your list at home, you're trying to run down in your head, remember what you put on there, and sometimes the dish soap gets forgotten.
What's funny is when you get a cart, and this happens, I don't know why this happens to me often, and I'll get somebody else's list.
Oh.
So I read their list, and that'll help me.
It's probably mine. I'm not gonna lie.
I just want to say, when you leave me your list, that is such a blessing for me, because that gives me direction. You know what I mean? Okay, what are other people getting, right? I think that's a nice gesture. If I had the pretty penmanship, you don't want to try to read mine.
No. What does this list say?
Yeah, if I had the pretty penmanship, don't think I wouldn't be leaving my list, okay? I do think it's nice when, because you're done with it.
Yeah.
Just leave it for the next person, and I'm all for that.
Like I said, they might not need everything on the list, but they might remember.
It might remind me, yes. Or, maybe I want to go in a different direction, Maybe all of a sudden I decided to make chili,
Yeah.
I don't know, So I appreciate those that leave you. Yes, if you have a list, please leave it in that cart for me, and I will be very grateful and thankful. And I would do the same for you if my penmanship was better. If if I print it out, then I'll leave it, okay? Yeah. Then you'll get it, okay? But if I am handwriting,
forget about it.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know what aisle to go to. Yeah. All right, so remembering to buy dish soap. Okay, these are things that we fail at doing. Duct taping the side mirror to our car. Oh, I've seen it done successful, actually. Contraire. Oh, they don't know Washington County. They don't know where we're from. They don't know our roots, baby. We can do this.
Yes, we can.
This is not. You give us some duct tape, and we can. Yeah, that side mirror will stay on.
What's the saying? If you can't duck it.
Yeah. Go on with that, Tracy.
People's turning the radios off again this morning.
They're on the edge of their seat to hear that one, Tracy.
Okay.
Yeah, so
rein it back in.
we do not fail at doing that. I don't know what state people are doing that at, but not here, baby. We know how to duct tape a
you gotta
mirror.
have duct tape in your home for
Yes,
everything.
exactly.
Yeah.
And we can tape that mirror right back on. Don't think we can't. And it'll stay.
It'll stay.
It'll stay.
Wind, snow, sleet, or hail.
Yeah,
it don't
really.
matter.
I'm gonna have to rewrite this list. I'm gonna write to them, dear sir, to whom this may concern. That was we don't agree with that. Number things that we are personally fail at doing: not losing any Monopoly game pieces. Oh, I always lose the pieces. And then for whatever reason, I don't know, but like some of the pieces are out of the box and you step on them.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
Those little.
Those little houses are sharp.
I know. Ow. I know. Yeah. I'm not. Yes. Okay. Resisting our kids' Halloween candy.
Yeah.
But don't we have to taste it to make sure it's safe? So
sure
is that like we're not failing? We're
No.
not. These are things
We're being proactive parents.
Exactly. Look at us. It's how you look at it,
Yes.
darling. It's not that we're like wanting to do this. You know what I mean? It's
safety. Safety
parenting.
is important.
It's called parenting, right? We're good parents. All right. Let's see. Not dropping a French fry between our car seats.
Oh.
We personally fail at doing. I'm telling you right now, I will stop what I am doing.
Dig that French fry.
There is no French fry going to be going. I'm here to tell you. I am here to tell you that fry will be saved. Okay. It would be very, very. I can't even imagine anybody finding a fry in my vehicle, in a car, in the seat. Anybody that was trying to detail my car, you won't find
You're
a
not
fry.
finding
No,
French
no. I will dive for that
All
fry.
fries matter.
Oh,
right?
they do. That's exactly right. Absolutely. Yeah. So, okay, these are, again, for those tuning in, things that we all personally fail at doing. Removing the gum from our pockets before doing laundry.
Oh, I failed to do that before.
Yeah, that's been a long time ago. I think
Yeah.
I've gotten better at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't buy gum as much as I used to. That's probably why.
Yeah. Hitting a speed bump without scraping the bottom of our car.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's some pretty rough ones out there.
And then afterwards, it's
Feel
like
you're in the rodeo.
I know. Okay, so this is the funniest thing, and I don't know how come. I'm going to go squirrel. I'm going off, okay? But in Georgia, okay, so this is Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so the Peach Bowl ends. It's like 3 in the morning. Okay, 3 in the morning. We're leaving the Coliseum. You know what I mean? And they put us on this big bus. Okay, and the bus driver. This was the part that I could not. No, hang on. Wrong game. Scratch that. Miami. Okay, everything's running together. Okay, it's Miami. So we're again because when they have these late games that start at 7:30. It's like midnight. You're not even knowing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then of course by the time you do the press conference and you do all this and you get everything loaded, it's like 2 or 3 in the morning when you're leaving the Coliseum. Okay, but when it's a win, you're drilling. You don't even care. You know what I'm saying? So the win is so much better than the other. But anyway, so we're on this bus and we're getting to go back to our hotel, and the bus driver, okay, he was so awesome, but like his seat bounced. Like it was a special spring, so like every little bump you hit. No, and I just laughed. I couldn't stop laughing at this, and I don't know why he like. So would that be something that the bus would have made, or would he have? Because I mean, like it was doing it extreme. I mean, like,
I wonder if aren't there like hydraulics or something
Yes.
in some of these seats? Maybe it was broken. It's just like.
Okay, so would it have been broken? Okay, so was it
Maybe.
supposed to be like that, or was it not supposed to be like
I would
that?
say no. I would think that would be kind of dangerous for a driver to be bouncing.
I
all
think he
over
was
the place.
enjoying it. I don't think no. See, Tracy, one might think that,
Or maybe
but
maybe he had the ability to turn it off or something.
and chose to turn it off. I mean, he was doing it. He was a great driver, doing fantastic. I have nothing, I've just never seen a seat do that. And I'm wondering, where do you get one of them seats? That's the thing I want to know.
It's like a carnival ride.
I'm wondering,
on the bus.
You talk about a happy ride. I'm just like, I don't know where you're getting that at, buddy, but
you should go back down there and visit him.
I wish I would have. Okay, I'm going to be honest. Like, at first I didn't want to embarrass him, and I laugh loud. So I'm trying to, of course.
That's so funny.
So I'm like trying, and don't even get me really started on mine do a snort. So I didn't do that, but I did laugh. But I was trying my best not to laugh. And it was just like, but it kept on. Like, it didn't stop. It wasn't one and done. You know what I mean? And then I thought about asking him, but I mean this. I'm coming from a good spot.
Yeah.
I'm not coming from a. Oh wait, hold on. We're gonna put a pin in that because we have our sheriff Britt Miller calling in. Hey, sheriff, just in time. Perfect. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Becky.
And I've got Tracy in here with me too from Meadowview. We were just wanting to call in and find out, the road conditions and what's going on out there in our community.
Well, obviously everybody knows it's pretty cold out there.
Yeah.
I got to give a shout out to the guys at the highway department, city, county, state. They've all been out working very hard during this snow event. They've done an exceptional job on the roads, considering what they had to work. The roads are in a lot better shape now than they have been, and they're going to continue to get a little bit better as we go along. Obviously, we need some warmer temperatures to help us out a lot, but, most of the county roads are open. Well, I should say they're all open. They were, I believe all of the county roads yesterday were pretty close to being 2 lanes open. I think they were at one point in time, but then we had a little bit of wind yesterday causing a little bit of drifts, but nothing that couldn't be dealt with yesterday. And like I said, I traveled a lot of the county roads yesterday, and they were drivable. They were snow covered and slick still, but people could drive if they had to get out. The bigger problems was a lot of the driveways getting out onto the county roads and state roads. When they plow, the snow's got to go somewhere, and unfortunately it goes into your driveway, and made for some tough conditions for people to get in and out of their driveways and stuff. But giving people extra time to try to dig that stuff out, because it's clearly going to be here for a little while. With the temperatures, if you look at their extended forecast here, not going to warm up anytime soon. I know I'm like a lot of people. I like to see some snow too, but I also like to see it go, and I'm ready for this snow to go. So, and we've been pretty fortunate, Becky. A lot of the public did a great job staying home when the snow started there on Saturday and through Sunday, and yesterday morning. It's kind of like a ghost town here in town. For a little while. Then about lunchtime, things started moving a little bit, and some things were going, and people started to get out and get moving around, and we decided to leave the level 3 travel advisory in place, at least to get us through the night, because they were calling for 35-mile-an-hour wind gusts last night with drifting, and negative 19-degree temperature last night was, a factor for that as well, because you wouldn't want somebody getting out and getting stuck somewhere and having an extended response time. We had a couple of ambulances get hung up the last couple of days, and we've had a lot of slide offs. Not any crashes during this, thank goodness. But we have had quite a few slide offs, and people just being able to get pulled back up on the road and things. And so, about what you could expect for the snow event, I think we've been pretty lucky considering the amount of snow that we got, that we've not had more. The concern now is going to be with the extended temperatures like this being at or near zero, is the freezing of water lines and stuff like that. We're going to have other issues that we're going to have to address, with people that may have problems with their heat, the trying to stay warm and things like that are going to continue to create some issues for us until this all starts to go away. But it is almost February, spring's quite a ways off yet, so we're just going to have to put up with it for a little bit longer.
Right. Well, I think, again, on praises too, I know the National Weather Service, Brent, this was exactly what they said would happen. I mean, it just, I mean, it was a play-by-play on the book, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, they gave it plenty of warning on it. They weren't able to tell exactly what they were going to get, but they were in the ballpark.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was the one of the keynote as far as people staying in. I think that everybody did get prepared and got what they needed. We know the stores were completely packed, and people took heed, which was a great thing they did, and then I think that as having people stay home in this amount of snow and this amount of cold weather has where people haven't been trying to get out like sometimes in the past that we've seen.
Right. Yeah, people have done a good job staying home. They had warning. They went to the store and got the essentials that they needed to be able to stay home. But I know, people get cabin fever after a few days of this, and people want to start venturing out, and they're going to want to start getting out. And, we just have to remind everybody that, that because of these cold temperatures and things, don't forget to check on your family members, your friends, your neighbors, your relatives, elderly people. Check on your pets and things, because like I said, I know, again, with these extended temperatures, usually when we get snow, usually within a couple of days it warms back up and it's gone. And so it's not a big it's easy to get through it, but it's going to be a little bit tougher because this is going to stick around for a little while, and I'm concerned that it's going to create a lot more issues as time goes on and the temperatures continue to stay below freezing. That's going to be a lot more problems for people trying to have heat, and you're going to have frozen water lines that are going to break, and especially if you don't leave your faucets dripping at night and take the precautions that you need. But no, hats off to the public. They've done a great job, and staying off the roads and things, allowing the snow trucks to do their job. And I think the snow plows did a great job. Those operators spent a lot of hours out there, and we appreciate that. You get out on the state roads, there's still slick in spots on the state roads even. There's still packed stuff on the state roads, and you got to keep in mind that when the sun comes out, like it did yesterday afternoon, that the sun on the asphalt will create a melting effect there on the snow, and in places it was melting off the roads, but then when the sun goes down, that turns to black ice. And so you can't forget about that even though it doesn't appear to be snow covered on the road, there's still black ice there, or the potential for black ice is there, so you still have to slow down and allow yourself a little extra travel time to get from point A to point B so you make it there safely.
Well, I'm with you. I think I'm amazed at the great job, and we are so blessed, our city, county, and state, what they do. But there are some slick spots because there are so many roads in our county. Our county has got so many, and a lot to cover. And like you said, there's that black ice that we still have to deal with. So. I think we're still, I think in if you want to call it the danger zone, I still think it's still, somewhat, but we are getting, they've done a fantastic job with the roads, and I think we're getting, like, if you do have to get out for something or for some reason you're an essential, we were talking about Salem Crossing and Meadowview, they've stayed all night there, and that was a huge blessing for them to do that.
Absolutely, and we've had one medical transport that someone needed to go to a doctor's appointment out of the county, and we got hold of the Fire Chiefs Association, and they're always great to communicate amongst the different fire departments to help out with stuff, and we really rely heavily on our volunteer fire departments to help out too, because they got four-wheel drives and snow plows and things, and they were able to get this patient to a doctor appointment out of county. And yesterday there was a lot of actually negotiating, trying to get driveways cleared and stuff like that, because there's a lot of elderly people or people with health conditions that can't clear their driveways that are looking for people to do it, and luckily there was a lot of people willing to step up and help out their neighbors and dig their neighbors out, and we need to continue to think about those neighbors and friends and family members and help everybody get dug out so that they can get out. Because I know on 135 north yesterday, I come up on a vehicle that was backing back and forth across the highway, making a run at their driveway, trying to get up in their driveways. They didn't have a four-wheel drive, and it shoveled out, and they were having issues. And so we had several people with maybe some medical conditions and things yesterday that called needing their driveways shoveled out, and we were able to get different volunteers to go do that. And there was even there's been a group of Salem football players.
Yeah.
That's been clearing driveways, and I called them for a couple of different driveways yesterday, and they were Johnny on the spot. They jumped right in, went to these houses, and shoveled these people out, and we greatly appreciate those Salem football players doing that. They helped us out, and I know the people that they helped out greatly appreciated that. And that's great of them to give back to their community like that.
I agree. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. And I think, like dialysis patients, I know that they try to keep the road, clear for them. And I know, but like the medical needs, I think it's important to bring that up, and like what you're talking about, even like when the ambulance gets out and gets stuck, these are things, it's just good for people to know that and keep us informed in that. And I appreciate you sharing all these stories with us, because for anybody that, wants to know how bad is it, this is what we're talking about, And I think everybody has done well for staying, off the roads, keeping emergency personnel or, like medical, giving them opportunities, or the city, county, and state trucks to get out and do what they need to do.
Absolutely, and like I said, we understand that people are going to get out and they're going to go to town, and most of the people that did get out yesterday maybe had four-wheel drive vehicles or all-wheel drive vehicles, and they were able to get out, and that's great. I know that the city and county dealt with a couple different individuals that got out in cars yesterday and had no business being out in cars, and they got stuck not once but twice, and the police were called twice for a couple of people that got stuck a couple of different times, and we had to deal with that. And of course, those are things that we try to avoid. If you don't have to get out, you shouldn't get out, because then you cause us to have to use resources that could be better used somewhere else, perhaps, transporting people that have medical needs and things like that. And the fire departments throughout the county were manned throughout this, in case people needed a one place to go, or they needed maybe, their oxygen tanks refilled or something like that. And again, that our volunteers, they always step up and go above and beyond here in Washington County. And we appreciate all of our volunteer fire departments and the others. I know the American also has a group of people that were helping out clearing driveways and things yesterday. And we appreciate them as well.
Wait, who did you say?
The American Legion.
American Legion.
The American Legion has a group of guys, about 6 that are helping out with different things. They'll help if we need them to, or if there's trees down, they'll help cut up trees, and they have some I believe like ATVs and some vehicles with snow plows on them, and they were clearing driveways as well yesterday for us, and we appreciate them as well. And hats off to anybody. I seen a lot of people out on tractors that were clearing driveways. I'm sure it's not just their driveways; they were doing all of their neighbors around them, and we appreciate those people, looking out for everybody else, trying to help one another. That's what we should do.
I agree, 100%. And we've got some great people, and I'm so glad you mentioned, and they're like just individuals too, just doing it, doing it because they are helping everybody out, and that really shines in our community for sure.
Yep, it surely does. We live in a great county, Becky.
I know we do. I agree, Brent. Something that we real quick, we've not had any, which we pray this stays this way, as far as electricity. Everybody's been keeping their electric and everything okay, keeping warm, right, as far as we know?
Yeah, I don't want to jinx this here, but yeah, so far so good. I, just like everybody else, not knowing whether or not we were going to have ice or not, I went out and got prepared for it and bought fuel for my generator and other sources to be able to keep warm in the event that the power did go out. And luckily, so far, so good. We've not had any power outage issues. But, usually what you start finding with this extended cold spells like this is people trying to heat and stay warm, and people will use extension cords with heaters and things like that really shouldn't be used. You shouldn't use extension cord with heaters, but they do what they have to do to stay warm, and we usually start having house fires, as this And I don't know that we've had a lot at this point, but usually we do end up with several of them, and I hope that we don't. I hope we can make it through this weather event without having any house fires. But it usually goes with this when you have an extended cold period, and it's been very cold, and it's been tough for people to stay. We hope that we don't have any power outages. That would just add to the problems, because I know even one of our employees up here had a furnace issue this week, and a water line break at their house, and trying to come to work here and take care of stuff at home it wears you out.
Sure. Yeah, and and then anything you do to fix it. I know someone that had their pump, what is it, they went out, the well pump, and anything you're doing, if you're doing anything outside, it's so cold, that's even harder to do anything like this, to fix anything like that. So I know there has been some not good things happen like that, but for the most part, their electricity has stayed on and stayed warm, and that's important, and I pray that it continue on, because I think, this is Tuesday, but of course our temperatures are going to stay cold, and then of course they're talking about maybe some more snow coming up a little bit later in the weekend, and these are just things to remind everybody about getting, staying in and staying warm and taking care of yourself.
Absolutely. I'm sitting here looking at the app on my phone right now, Becky, and it's saying that it's not going to get above freezing until a week from Thursday. It's going to hit 38, but that's the first time that it's going to get above freezing is a week from Thursday, and that's a long time to go with these temperatures like this and not have problems. That's why I said we're not out of the woods yet. I think the snow event's over with, but the temperature event still got a ways to go, and we're going to cross our fingers that we don't have any power outages so that people can stay warm and things. And we'll have to continue to try to find, places that are willing to let people go, warming stations and things like that, to help people out in the event that we do have a power outage or things like that. Because I know on Friday, right before the weather event, I think either Friday or Saturday, one of our first calls that was weather related was someone that was living in a camper and had ran out of heat and needed to be transported somewhere to a warming station, and we were able to make that happen for them, and hopefully we don't have any more of those calls, but the odds are the longer this goes on, the more likely we're going to have some additional calls and some things that we need to take care of to help people out and get them to a warm place.
Right, and we do have we are blessed, we have the safe room if we do need it, remembering it's got a generator too, but that it's just nice to know that. But I will say, Brent, I'm not happy. I don't like the temperature being younger than I am.
I hear you, Becky. I said I enjoy winter time because I'm a hunter and I like to hunt in the winter time. As soon as deer go with, I'm ready for spring again. Let's get things warmed up and let's springtime so we can go turkey hunting or go fishing or do something else. The older I get, the less I like of this snow and cold weather.
I think we agree, don't we, Tracy?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Well, listen, thank you so much for keeping us informed, and just everyone, if you don't have to get out, don't get out. But our roads, they do look a lot better. The other day I couldn't find the road, and today,
You can add lean to your healthy diet and exercise plan. Take lean.com and enter the code BIGVOX for 20% off and free rush shipping. That's promo code BIGVOX, TateLean.com.
You better listen up. Hear what we say. 'Cause I'm here to tell you, you gotta find a way. Yeah.
The voice of reason in an unreasonable world. The Rick Burgess Show.
Here we go, America. Brand new hour. We have covered
Level 3 advisory at least through the night last night when we were having negative 19-degree wind chills last night and things like that. I know that the commissioners have been in constant contact with Denny Stempowski, the EMA director, were out traveling roads yesterday and talking with them and things, and there was a lot of conversations in making those decisions, and I'm glad that they are concerned about the safety of the citizens and have done that. I know people get antsy about that and want to know when it's going to be dropped, and I told everybody yesterday just to keep an eye on our Facebook page that if and when it gets dropped, and it will get dropped soon. I would anticipate that possibly today they'll drop that back to orange. And when they do, we'll put it out on our Facebook page, and we'll share it with the media that, hey, that travel advisory has been dropped to orange level 2 instead of level 3. But I do appreciate them, their efforts to keep everybody safe and put us under that travel advisory. It's not a popular decision to make sometimes, when you do that. Some people are happy and some are not, and it's just part of it. At the end of the day, we're here to think about public safety.
Yeah.
And I appreciate them making those tough decisions that have to be made.
Yeah, I agree, and I think there was good calls on their part. I think that's probably what kept a lot of people in and kept a lot of people safe. I agree. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Sheriff, we appreciate you taking time, checking in with us. Keep us in the know and stay safe out there. And we'll just see what the next 24 hours and 48 hours and onward we go. See what comes about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, take care, stay safe, and stay warm, okay?
Thank you, Becky.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was our sheriff checking in there. Yeah, I think it probably kept us a little more off the roads with the making that like that and keeping people more. I think people felt more like staying home. Sometimes, you want to be that person like, oh, I don't want to miss work. I don't want to get out. I want to get out, But then sometimes it's just like,
have to just buckle down and suck it up.
Yeah.
Stay home.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to.
Yeah. Enjoy that time.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, and we were doing the things that personally people fail at doing, and of course we went rogue and started talking about some bus driver. But hitting a speed bump without scraping the bottom of your car, a lot of times we fail at doing that. So those are some food for thought for those looking for things to talk about today at home or at supper, lunch, or whatever, brunch, or whatever you're doing. Enjoy and do take advantage of Chocolate Cake Day.
Yes.
Okay, I think that sounds very good to me. I think I will be participating in that.
Yes.
All right, Tracy, thanks for all you do, and thanks for keeping us in the know with Meadowview Healthcare Center and your team. And I really want to be the cheerleader for them because I think that's awesome, and for them to sacrifice, and they have families too, and to spend the night and and to see. And I bottom line, the National Weather Service was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, predicting this, getting this ready, and they actually wrote the book. It was just exactly how they had said. Yeah. So I'm very impressed with that. So. Anyway, and of course I know your sister station, or your sister, I'm stationed. Your sister facility, Salem Crossing, is doing a great job too. So thank you for all you do, Tracy.
Yeah.
Coming in this morning. All right, let's thank our sponsors this morning.
Meadowview Healthcare, Walmart, Salem Crossing, Americans for Prosperity, Mama Roses, Fox Purley Wealth Management, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, Marshall Monuments, McAllister Lane Consulting, Springer & Springer Insurance, Schneck Hospital, and Temple & Temple.
All right, let's have the best Tuesday ever.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because she was also saying, what's her name? Christy Noam. She was saying Christy Noam, not Christy Noam. And that bothered me, but then I went and did it. So there you go.
Also, and we all wish that Tom Homan, when he spoke, he could speak clearer. All right, so now let's go now to. Now this is the thing that I love is when people begin, the sheeple as you call them, Greg, and many others have, they begin to protest even when they don't know what they're protesting.
Oh yeah.
Now keep in mind we now have Meadow Creek High School in Georgia. They have staged a walkout to protest ICE. Now this is in Georgia.
How many of those do you think have any idea what they don't? They just want to get out of school.
Well,
yes. Getting out of school.
This is all a bunch of kids that have no idea what they're talking about. And Greg, one thing that does not look good for this particular high school, their reading proficiency is 20% of the school population, and their math proficiency is 20% as well.
So most of the people looking at those signs can't read them.
that is correct.
Can't read, can't add.
Right. And maybe Meadow Creek high school maybe should spend more time and maybe properly educating the young folks as opposed to letting them overrun them with a protest that I doubt very seriously any of them could walk out for us.
Yeah.
I would love to go up to one and say, now tell me exactly what you're walking out. Tell me what ICE has done. That would have been a good one.
It really is selective outrage because we pointed this out so many times. The Obama administration was doing everything that the Trump administration is doing. If you guys,
Clinton too.
Yes. If you guys want it, here's a quick clip from Biden from 2008 talking about how sanctuary cities shouldn't even exist, followed by a clip of Obama saying, if you commit a crime, you will be deported.
Yep.
There's a city not far across the river from my state that imposed the similar sanctions. And what they found out is, as a consequence of that, their city went in the dumps.
A sanctuary city.
In the dumpster. Stores started closing. Everything started to happen. And they changed the policy. Part of the problem is you have to have a federal government that can enforce laws.
What?
This administration has been fundamentally derelict in not funding any of the requirements that are needed even to enforce the existing law.
Senator Biden, yes or no, would you allow the cities to ignore the federal law?
No.
Okay.
Here's Obama.
If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
Oh, so at one time it was bipartisan that we wanted to have a secure border and remove people that have committed crimes or they are here illegally. Wow, what a concept. He basically was saying, we all agree on this. Well, not anymore. Now we also have, and this is remember, we always get lectured by the left about how we incite violence, the right. We're always the ones that we always radicalize people and with the rhetoric that we have. And, of course, they don't do any of this at all. Woman arrested, and this is going to be in West Virginia. She has been arrested for recruiting people on social media to assassinate the current president.
Oh, wow. And get you a look at her. She's a pretty thing.
Picture? No, I have not, Greg.
Oh, buddy.
So,
buddy.
Really shouldn't be on social media.
Probably not much of a threat here. Hey!
Oh, my goodness.
First of all, I've got a skeleton jacket on.
Right. Yep.
All right. So she's out recruiting people.
Yep. So there's your recruiter. And she's recruiting people to kill the president.
Yeah.
Again, the instability
Probably
that we have
to pull that off
right now is. I think social media, even though it can be used for good, but the abuse of social media, the addictions of social media, the constant scrolling, the access to misinformation and disinformation, I think it has done more to weaken the mental stability of our society than anything else in my lifetime. It puts people in these dark places, and they think they're in reality, and they're not, and it just it has caused some major issues. So there's the latest. So Tom Homan is being sent there. Caroline Levitt says nobody should be upset because even Barack Obama gave Tom a medal for the job that he does. So hopefully he can bring some sense to all this, and they can also get to the bottom if anybody did anything they should have done.
This is the Rick Burgess Show.
So there's many reasons Sherry and I are looking forward to our Oceania cruise in September with you. A major one is to visit areas like Izmir, Turkey, which has links to the Apostle John and fascinating ancient sites. This part of the world is rich in history and religious intersections. I invite you to come travel with us in September as we cruise the southern Mediterranean with stops in Turkey, Greece, Montenegro, Italy, and Croatia. Find info and a link and book at oceanacruises.com/bigvox. The new year is a great time to reset and purge old things like worn out sheets and tired, uncomfortable pillows. Check out all the products at mypillow.com/bigvox. All their pillows are on sale right now, so are the towels and the sheets. And the MyPillow is made with the patented adjustable feel, so it adjusts your exact individual needs regardless of your sleep position. This helps keep your neck aligned. Also, it holds it in shape all night long, so you get the best sleep. Go to mypillow.com/bigvox and enjoy the savings now.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Refresh your bathroom with big savings at Lowe's. Reimagine your bathroom with up to 40% off select faucets during our Bath Savings event. Need it today? Order by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Shop for your bathroom refresh at Lowe's. We help, you save. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Same-day delivery on eligible in-stock items, subject to availability. Fees vary. Visit Lowes.com/same-day delivery for full terms.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
The second I see the Filet text in the group chat, I'm throwing my shoes on and running out the door. Hey, I'm Layla.
And I'm Kaylin.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is
how it feels like an easygoing morning.
The chicken adds the most flavor. It's juicy and seasoned.
The biscuit is just very light and airy and fluffy, just like a cloud.
I also love to put jelly on mine, so it's sweet and savory.
It's a good start to the day.
Mornings are a little bit brighter with the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit and Simply Orange juice. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
Hey, I am Brant, and her name is Sherry, and she's a friend and a colleague of mine, and we were just praying for her, actually, because she had a major surgery she just went through.
Yes, and I am very happy about something you actually talk about all the time, which is Medishare. That's right.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, what was your experience like with Medishare and your healthcare bills?
You know what? It was seamless, and it's such a blessing when you're